It looks like we're alive. Oh, we already got 2 people. Who's already here? That was pretty. Oh, Jason is? I don't know. Obviously 3. Well, there's 2 people, 3 likes. Anyway, give everyone a second to get here. Let us know who's here. Uh-oh, what was that? It started doing something. I don't know whether it was a commercial or what. Did you get notified? Okay. Now we're down to 1. Are you still on there?
Yes, me. I'm the one on there.
Oh, there's 2. DDK. DDK's here. Hi, DDK. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, Phil's here. There's
Hey,
Phil.
Phil, it's me and you. We're the onlyest one for the early kids.
Randy's here. Randy Deaver.
Hey, Randy. Hey, Mary. I'm sure she's within earshot.
There we go. People are coming now. We're going to talk about the shack.
Maybe that's why people are logging off. More of that.
Yeah, people like it. People are excited to figure out what's going on with the old folks getting off the road and stuff like that, you know. Some people are just coming on to give us a like. That's pretty cool. Well, how's everybody doing out there? You guys doing okay? Tell you what, Darla and I have been working our tail feathers off. It has been quite
grueling.
We still got a little bit more to do. Actually, we could probably do some of that tomorrow too, burning that stuff.
Yeah.
Here we spent all that time trying to get rid of that big pile of stuff. Now we got a big pile of stuff to burn off again.
Yeah. Never ending.
Now, Jason and Mellowcat are here.
Hey, friends.
People are showing up. So, learning very quickly in this, there's Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Learning very quickly that things change. Canadian Twig's here tonight.
Hey, Canadian Twig.
Things change very quickly.
Yeah, like minute by minute.
Yeah, like the guy that is going to do the tractoring, his tractor was next door. He took a week off, came and got his tractor, but he had to bring it over here and load it because there's nowhere to load it next door. And I went out and I go, "What's going on?" He goes, I gotta go dig a grave in the morning. So it's probably going to be Wednesday now for him to come over, and we have drywall now in the master bathroom.
Yay!
There you go.
Congrats, guys. That's a big deal.
Someday we'll be saying stuff like that. But anyway, we're still trying to get stuff dug up, and got to get moving on this thing because the weather's going to start changing, and I want to have it enclosed before it starts getting winter. So once the outside's done and it's watertight, and the windows are in, the doors are in and stuff, then
you can do whatever
we could take time off or whatever. It's not a big deal at that point. But we got to get it going because we're going to be leaving in January for a month. And
thanks, Jason, for the vote of confidence.
Yeah, I hope so.
Hey, Biff Rod, concrete footing?
Well, we're going to have, there's going to be concrete, and then there'll be cinder blocks on top of the concrete. So, yeah, that's the big thing. The hard part is we don't want to hurt the trees, and I was was talking with the tractor guy, and I told him I took him over and showed him because he's going to come tomorrow after he digs the grave, and he's gonna dig that out so we can, because we can't drag the lines. Hi Terry.
Hey, Terry. Hey, Wes.
Hey Wes. We can't pull the lines and everything because it's not down far enough in two little spots. So he's going to have to come tractor that. But yeah, I just don't want to kill these trees because I actually had an interesting. I can't remember who it was, what his name was. Should look. Anyway, he. I don't know who saw our video this week. Wes said hi. He said hey, actually. Um, the we're we came to a thing where the ceiling was only in the one corner in the bedroom. At the low end was going to be like 5 feet, and I said that's too low because we're putting a door on that wall too. So it was like, well, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, and I stood back and I thought about it for a minute, and I thought, well, this shouldn't be a problem. I said, what about if we dig it down? We'll just take it down about 10 or 12 inches. He goes, oh yeah, we could do that. But I didn't think you wanted to dig any deeper. I said, well, we're on the side of a hill, we could dig it down. So we got that done. But for a minute there, it was almost like pull the plug, huh?
Yeah.
It got pretty wild, and we were just going to try to, I don't know what we were going to do. We were going to do something different, but
still looking for Mellow Cat's birthday present. It'll be purple or pink and black.
Oh yeah. You know what, Mark?
It's gonna be nice.
Lifting that whole thing up would be quite a job. You'd almost have to basically take it apart, and I don't want to take it apart. We got it all. There's Charlie
and hey Charlie and Diane.
It's all level now, and it's all squared up, the center of the building. And
1 second, Cage is already in bed. Like he's been there for an hour already.
he's been being a little snooker boy, man.
He's been being a stinker.
So anyway, the thing was on was it Thursday we got told that the wood pile has to move.
Yeah. Yes.
So
I think it was Wednesday afternoon. And actually, we weren't told. They suggested it probably would be a good idea.
Yeah.
He was trying to work around it, and it just
he couldn't. He wouldn't be able to get in.
Yeah. Anyway.
In to dig the footings.
So we got up Thursday morning and Friday morning and Saturday morning.
But anyway, we started moving that wood, and what we did is we brought the little U-Haul trailer around. Oh, there's RV Bandwagon. Hey, how you guys? Are you okay?
Hey, Scott.
They're from Florida, and I didn't know if you guys got hit in that area. Our son went through it, and our youngest daughters, my son got it the worst, but nothing like with these other people. But I'm changing the subject here. But anyway, this place he went to camp at a week ago, the town's gone, and these people that were really nice, had a coffee shop and lived there and everything, they're gone. No one knows where they're at.
Well, they do know.
What?
I told you this morning that they were listed as safe on the safe list.
Oh, they are? Okay, good. All right.
But they were missing for 2 days. No one heard from them.
Yeah, pretty scary. Yeah. So, but their business and their house is gone. So back to the wood pile.
Wait a sec. When you dig your footers, do you not think you're going to hit those roots?
When we what? When you dig
the footers, do you not think you're going to hit those roots?
We're going to hit some of them, but the thing is we're going to cut them. And we're not going to, I don't want the tractor ripping up the roots going to the tree. We can cut the roots. These trees are very, very old, and I was told that as tall as a tree is how far out the roots go. And we're just a little tiny bit. We're going to dig around some of them, and I kind of changed the way the size and all this other stuff is. And anyway, I think everybody's saying they should be okay. We cut this limb off this one big tree here that we got like 3 cords of wood out of one limb. It took about 2 years for it to come back. The first year it didn't do so good, and the next year it was okay, and now it's been rocking. But now we're cutting at the base. But there's 3 trees. The whole idea is in the summertime here when it's real hot, you walk over there to that shed and it's nice and cool because there's patties here. Because of the canopy of those trees. And then in the wintertime, those trees lose all their leaves, so we get the sun in the wintertime. So that was the whole idea of doing this there and everything. I mean, we could put a mobile home up here, but I don't really like mobile homes, and I don't want them sitting in the sun like this motorhome sits in the sun most of the time. Now it won't, and now it's not in the sun because the trees, the sun is heading south.
Have you considered an Amish-built tiny home placed on site and you finished the interior? Yes, Amish tiny home from ITH. Hey, John.
Honestly, I haven't. We've looked at modular homes. We've looked at all kinds of things, but what I don't want is I don't want a square tube. That's not what I want.
More than anything, what we don't want to do is go into debt. We don't want any financing on this, and if we can pay for it as we go, that's what I'd rather do. If something happens to Bill, I don't want to be left with debt that I have to pay off on a place that I'm probably not going to stay in anyways, and vice versa. If something happens to me, like
say she decides to poison me.
We don't need a payment. So. I poison you and you survive every day. I try so hard.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to the wood story.
Barely felt it, Scott said.
That's good.
That's great.
We started loading that wood and we filled that trailer, up pretty high. And so and in the meantime, as we were getting stuff that the wood was sitting on, we got it moved over by the back of the property over here by the cow fence and started stacking it. Well, then we were getting down into the lower extremities and we were finding snake skins and all kinds of stuff. And
we just kept telling each other, they're probably good snakes.
We saw a little tiny snake about this big. And of course, we've been around snakes because we lived in the desert, but
not by choice.
It's different when you're, we were pulling the logs out with the rake, so we could see if there was one. Well,
scare them off.
There was a little one, and then there was a big one, and I kind of just reacted real quick, and I kind of smacked the big one with the rake. They were king snakes, and anyway, it flipped over on its back, and it was just laying there like this. And I told her, I said, I don't know. It looks like it may be faking, but I grabbed it with the rake, and as I started walking to put it in the field, all of a sudden it was climbing all around the rake, and I just kept twisting it. And I took it.
Stunned anymore.
I twisted it and I took it and tossed it in the back. Chris is here.
Could have helped. Oh, you guys have enough to do. You got to get your drywall
done. Yeah. Well, we finally got it all cleaned up and got it looking really good and got everything moved in the back. But the thing with these trees around here, you're constantly picking up sticks. Always little sticks, and sometimes they're long.
If I'm being honest, these trees do scare me.
Yeah, well, they're little sticks. You got to worry about the big sticks that are like this big around. So anyway,
we have a hurricane blow through here, we're in trouble.
The snakes. We were chasing the snakes around the freaking tree with a rake, moving everything out.
Him to go away.
And then I finally got the weed eater out. And I got it weed eated, and we got this cool little 4-inch chainsaw. It's awesome. And anyway, we're cutting all that because a lot of it was the tree roots were trying to grow more trees. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we finally got that all cleaned up. Now we just got the back of the trailer full of sticks.
We also had some kind of a grapevine that was in there, and I took a picture of it with Google Lens, and it said that it was real bitter. So like it wasn't good. You know, it's like, oh, this is great. This is growing here. Let's leave it. No, it had to go because it was wrapping itself through everything. And I mean, the vines were 15 feet long.
Yeah, we don't really get moss growing. We're
moss.
We have that silver ripply roof, tin roof, but we're gonna change that. We're gonna get all new roofing.
Yeah, I've seen the snakes in your garden, Patty.
Yeah,
I just don't like any kind of snakes. If you gotta have snakes, how I feel
they're
about
real pretty too.
Yeah, but you think tarantulas are pretty too. And
I like tarantulas.
I feel like if snakes have to be here, which clearly they do, just do your job, but just don't let me see you.
Yeah.
Stay out of my way, and I'll stay out of your way.
The little one went right underneath Cave. He didn't even know it.
No.
He's totally oblivious that he's such a great guard dog.
His buggy eyes serve no purpose.
The only thing he guards is his plate.
The Amish built construction could be made in various segments to avoid box look.
Yeah.
Trees also prevent a roof from drying out quickly, so at least in Michigan, we have moss growing on our roof at all times. As long as they're non-poisonous, they're not an issue. They eat rodents. So here's my feeling on snakes. It doesn't matter if they're good snakes or they're bad snakes. I still have that same shot of adrenaline that makes me feel like I'm going to die of a heart attack. And what good are they if they're going to make you die of a heart attack? They're no good.
So John and Patty,
same response.
John and Patty can relate to this. One time we had Steve and Leah. Cindy wasn't born yet.
Right, I was pregnant with Cindy.
And we were going to Silverwood Lake wasn't too far from our house, and we were walking up the trail, and I was holding Leah in my arm, and I had Steve by the hand, and she had our CBS.
You know, back
VCR.
In the day, the VHS cameras, they were like you worked for.
Yeah, they were huge.
News reports. Yeah.
And she's following me. She goes, I think there's a snake by your foot. And I
didn't say that. I couldn't get the word out. Nothing would come out of my face.
She was waiting for me to get bit.
And then I went, snake! And he turned around and looked at me. And when he did that, his foot was like that far away from the head of this.
And she's filming this thing.
Green.
And it goes across the trail and curls up. So I went that way, and it went over there. And then she starts to come. I go, no, that thing can strike across this. Yeah, she did. She was over there teasing it, throwing rocks at it, stuff. So I yelled at. There were some guys down below. I said, hey, you guys want to catch a snake, a Mojave Greek?
Because also at that time they were paying
good money for them. They said, yeah. So they came up and they go, whoa, that's a big one. So they threw rocks at it until it went down where they were at before, and then we left. We just went home. We figured there's more.
You guys still have your big VHS camera, John? That's funny.
Yeah, we
had that big one.
That'd fill a U-Haul.
It was like a Vitek or something.
I don't remember what.
And then we got a JVC, which was about that big.
Yeah, and I got that real small motorcycle one that didn't work with the darn. So
anyway,
yeah.
And now we have these.
Yeah, technology is really improved.
Anyway, when it comes to snakes, I know they're good. I know, some of them serve a function. I just don't want to run into them.
Well, we had seen probably the big one when it was smaller.
And again, it went right under Cage. Well, Cage.
Yeah. Well, and it played dead then too. Yeah. Remember? And I went to pick it up with a rake, and it zipped off, and it went under the building over there. So we get all done. They won't have a way to get under there. That'll be all sealed up, and we won't have a problem with that. So.
Yeah, they keep you alert, all right.
Yeah, and to get back onto the Amish thing and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how many of you have seen that video, our last video about talking about. I said I'd like to have your comments, what you think, and I'll tell you what, it did shake me a little bit because I was thinking, wow, you know. But I think if you guys were here, I mean, today I was out there for a long time messing around, and it's real. It doesn't do this, but it does do this, and it's because the plywood
The
is so
subfloor,
weak.
it's super thin and it's rotted
It's
and
been
it's just very, very thin.
it's
It's coming
cracking
up.
when I'm stepping on it.
That's
So
coming up.
that's all coming out.
It's all being cut out and
We're gonna go underneath there, and we're gonna
right.
we're gonna
Reinforce
add
it.
more boards to it. We're gonna do. It's gonna get way beefed up. So Scott, I had people say, well, you need to get a contractor and pay him to come out here and take it apart. You know, and the thing is we're po folks. You know, we don't have a lot of money to do this. And my neighbor said that, and I mean, he's like the man in this town. I mean, everybody uses him,
Yeah.
and he knows everybody. He gets deals on lumber and the whole thing. He said, "I'll help you with that thing," and he's helping us out on the price. And I mean, he gets a little irritated with me sometimes because I don't, you know, if we were working on motorcycles, I'd be getting irritated with him. I go, well, I don't really do that, but anyway, I mean, you know what you know, and I'm learning, you know, what he's doing. So by the time this is done, I'm hoping to be able to build the garage without any help, you know, other than someone to help me get the boards up there and stuff. But
the state you live in, you're going to have snakes. This is true.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hi, Trey.
Hey, Wendy.
How you guys?
We wish you could be here too.
Yeah. Yeah, bring a hammer. It's square. But anyway, we're I think we're like I say, I spent a lot of time today. Darla didn't spend much time, but we're gonna have a really nice big bathroom, and we're gonna have a king size bed, and we're just building it exactly the way we want.
Patty said that she thinks it'd make a better shop for you.
Who does?
Patty.
Patty thinks?
Yeah.
Well,
I think the shack would make an excellent garage shop for you.
Well, it's a pole barn. It wouldn't. It's not something I can use for what I need to use. When I build my garage, it's going to have a slab.
Lots of good videos on YouTube about framing and other one-person type construction.
Yeah, well, I got my. I'm saying, you know, Scott lives right next door, and he's.
Yeah. He'll teach him. He'll learn. He'll pick up what he needs, and you know.
I learned better having someone walk me through it, and then if I have a question, I can ask. And I mean, basically, I had Rusty taught me how to do motorcycles. I mean, this guy, his family owned a Harley dealership, and he was in that Harley shop from the time he was a baby until he got old enough where he was there cleaning the shop. And I'm telling you, the guy was probably one of the best. Well, as far as motorcycles go, he was the best motorcycle mechanic I've ever known. I mean, the guy, I could call him up and go, yeah, I got this bike's got this weird noise when it's running. And he'd say, well, just hold the phone next to it. And he'd tell me what it was. And that's what it would be. The guy was just really, really sharp with bikes. And I picked up a lot of the stuff, man. I got to be pretty good at it myself. So, but I mean, he had a lot more time in it.
And he'd love to teach somebody, but nobody wants to learn.
Yeah, and like I probably told this story before, but one day he came to the shop and he just walked around. Remember that? And he didn't say. I go, hey, what's up, Rusty? And he just looked at me. He didn't say a word. And he just walked around. And he looked and looked. And finally, when he got ready to leave, and he goes, I just want to tell you, I've taught a few guys how to work on motorcycles, but you're the best, and you have the nicest shop, and you've got it going on. And I mean, that to me meant more than the money I was making out of the shop. You know, I mean, it just really gave me that punch in the gut to
but
make
just like Rusty taught him, he would like to take somebody around here and teach them things nobody knows. I mean, younger generation doesn't want to learn how to do those things, and there's still those motorcycles on the road, and it would benefit someone to know how to fix them. But I got all these specialty tools, and I told one guy one day, I said,
I mean, I just give you the freaking tools if you're serious about doing it. He goes, well, can I get the tools? And I go, what are you going to do? Sell them on eBay? He goes, well, I said, dude, I could do that, you know. So, but construction. I mean, there's things when he does things, I understand. Okay, I understand what he's doing here. But there's some things that,
Well, and terms too.
yeah, when we were nailing those boards in the ground, we were cutting them 2x4s and nailing them in the ground. I wasn't so sure about that. But then see what's going on, and then it's going to be painted lines, and just so that the tractor gets everything. And then they got this like laser deal that's spinning around. They hold this stick on it, and they get everything even. So everything is perfectly the same height and level and same width. And I mean, it's quite the deal, So,
hey, Lynn and Joan, and hey, Jane Bray from Alberta, Canada. Sunny Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It's sunny right now. Isn't it dark?
Not in Alberta.
Nice day here, and it wasn't a hurricane. Thank God.
Yeah.
Those poor people, I tell you.
Somebody, what is it? Disconnected?
What?
Oh. We try to reconnect you. I don't know. Successfully connected. Okay, I don't know. I don't know why it says that.
I don't know either. Mine doesn't say that.
Yeah. Well, this is the master board here.
I know.
It's 6:24 p.m.
6:24 p.m. here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then you're more in the central part of Canada.
Lynn said sunny Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing we've noticed too. The time change and getting darker earlier.
Yeah, it's dark here right now.
It means cold weather and snow in Wisconsin and Canada.
Means it's time to get this thing built.
Yeah.
We've actually done.
Well, it's sunny now, dark.
We're actually a little bit of the videos that are coming out are going to be 2 or 3 days lagging.
Yeah.
For one thing, Darla had ants on her desk.
I can't.
So ants and snakes. If there were snakes over there, I think it'd be and gnats. I don't know. The ants around here are pretty intense. So.
Well, we're stirring stuff up over there, and next door, so everything's like.
We pulled that wood up. It was covered in ants, and man, they were climbing your arms and biting you and everything else. So.
Critter Nation.
Yeah, it's been quite the adventure so far, but I'm ready. I'm ready to do it. I really like what I can see when I do things. When I used to build motorcycles, I could see them done, and then all I had to do was build them. And it's the same thing with this. I could see it done. Now just got to figure out how to. I think once the foundation, once the blocks are down and the footings are down and everything, I think it'll make more sense because I watched them frame when we did the house in the desert. I watched them dig the footings and everything too, but
yeah,
and the plumbing and all that stuff. So
cinnamon can help with ants. Don't forget the garlic powder. I guess that helps too.
Yeah, the garlic powder.
Well, it is pumpkin spice, right? What about the garlic powder?
Oh, that Jade says don't forget to bring the garlic powder for her.
Oh.
I guess they are going to be charging at that Ironwood area now.
I thought you meant for ants, Jane. I was like, well, that's a new one.
Yeah.
I remember now.
Yeah, as far as I know, we're going.
Fall is spelling fast.
It really depends on what's going to happen in November. Whether anybody's going anywhere, whether we'll be able to finish this and everything else. So we'll just have to see.
Or if we live or die.
Could be. Yep. Could be putting everybody on a diet. You never know.
Ants like butter with their garlic powder. Yeah. So we have tree guy coming out hopefully this week. About dang time, right?
Shoot, all you need me to do is send Scott and the tractor guy over there. You'll have all them trees on the ground.
They'll even
No.
dig you a grave site. I use borax and sugar with water for ants. That's kind of like the taro syrup little thingies that we're using.
Well, they're gone now, huh?
Yeah, because I use diatomaceous earth.
Yeah, well,
because I put 2 of those little taro things that have the borax and the sugar syrup in it, and it was like the buffet's open, gang. Let's go.
But they were in it.
4 days, yeah, but they never. He kept saying, "Oh, they're lightening up," but no, they weren't. You pick up that hard drive. They like the heat in the dark too, and they were like they just go everywhere.
Sound like cage.
Anyway, so I used diatomaceous earth, and I went outside and I looked to see where they're coming in on the slide up, and I threw some in there, and they're gone.
Now the motorhome looks like a powdered donut.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we're having fun.
That's kind of work I've done for 30 years. Still built foundations, garages, rooms, additions on the modular homes we sold, pretty much turnkey operation.
Yeah. Well, around here,
good to know those things. Really
cement foundations are not a real good thing because of the ground, the movement of the ground. Someone was telling me the other day, don't put a cement foundation out there because
they. That and so did Ron.
It was. I can't remember.
It'll rot.
What?
It'll rot.
Well, the cement, the dirt underneath just kind of gets disappeared, and then it cracks, and then you got to jack it up and do all this stuff.
One of the reasons I started my car dealership was so my son had to have a job growing up. Now he knows tons more than I do about the car business, but he can't ever find mechanics to work for him, right? Yeah. That's the fact. We've got a good friend here, well, in Little Rock, and he's got a used car lot too, and he's constantly having problems with mechanics.
And mechanics anymore, that they're not called mechanics or technicians. They make a ton of money. The mechanics always have made good money. They like to whine and cry about what they make, but they've always made good money. If they're good, they're not doing comebacks constantly.
Yeah.
Well, people,
nobody wants to work, they just want the paycheck.
What makes people want to work is a growling stomach. When their stomach is growling, it changes their attitude about that process. I mean, we're in our late 60s, and we're still working. And I mean, when we do the fireworks, man, we're huffing and puffing all those heavy boxes, and it gets pretty crazy. I mean, this year we didn't really have any help. A couple of deliveries, and I called the owner. I said, man, we got to have you got to not send this guy that you've been sending because he doesn't do anything. He sits in the truck or goes inside and hangs out inside, just sitting there waiting for me to unload the truck. And I go, it's too much for me.
Yeah.
So he sent a young kid, and the young kid was pretty, and I helped the young kid. So,
well,
and he was thankful that I helped
him. Shop classes, all that's been cut. Yeah. Home economics and life skills, shop, wood shop, mechanic shop. Everybody needs to know how to do the basics. They really do.
Oh yeah, Jerry and Wes did help us too.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
But I mean, there were times that you weren't there, and I still had to do it. So.
Yeah.
It
was much appreciated by the family, I think.
We did appreciate you guys. The thing with the schooling, they've hurt the kids, and they've hurt the economy and our workforce by just making people all these computer jobs, which people are doing, basically things that if your car breaks down, all you know how to do is text somebody. You don't know how to fix it. You know what I mean?
I took metal, wood, auto shop, and home econ. Still didn't know how to do laundry when I left the house. Yeah, no mechanics, only parts changers. That's
Well,
true.
and well, a lot of it too anymore is, you know, to tear an engine apart. Some of these new engines are pretty complicated to get apart. There's no doubt about it. And then to put them back together, to change those timing chains. I've done that stuff, man.
Wes said he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Every time something goes wrong with a Tesla or a Chevy or a Ford transmission, that's the way they try to fix it, is through the software.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, see, and the thing about it is if you can get the machine, because probably one of the most difficult part of being a mechanic is diagnosing the problem. Once you know what the problem is, usually fixing it is not as difficult as trying to figure it out. Because if you just start going in and being a parts changer, people get mad when they come back and you replace the water pump and an exhaust manifold, all these things, and they still have the same problem. So, and as a young mechanic, I made that mistake one time, and I basically got the see you later thing. So you can't just hammer down on everything and miss the reason why they bring them in. So, and with the computers, of course, computers can diagnose the wrong thing too.
Oh, DB2 scanner is a good start for your owners. Good.
It's a good start is, look who's joining us. Where are you, Boo? Come here. OB2, yeah. It's to scan the computer, get a readout. Used to be on our first Cadillac, we had the 81. You could hold the controls in on the heating and air controls. It would actually flash numbers, and then you look up the numbers, and it would tell you what was wrong with the car. But it was old technology, man. It was like a remote control for an old TV. It just didn't do much.
Katie got up.
Yeah, he's been getting into trouble a lot the last couple of days.
Yeah.
He keeps going in the
on the street,
the field behind us, and goes down by the street. I don't know if he's in the street, but he goes.
Hey, Rhonda.
Did he go on the street on you?
Oh. She told me this morning.
Well, he was down there by the pole. Most people who say they are technicians actually destroy more than they repair.
Opens their own shop. Usually only do gravy work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
And I took the Cadillac the first time I had the oil change. I took it to a stupid loop, and when I got home, it was leaking, and so I just do it myself now. Want to come up here with us? Come here. Come here, buddy. Come on. Come up here. Come on. Come here. Come on. Everybody wants to say hi. Get up here. Come on. Come on. Up. Come on. Be a good boy. Come on. Be a good boy.
Right?
What?
Someone's going to say the dog annoys them.
Uh-oh. No, he's not squeaking. He's right here. See the ears? See the bat ears? Yeah. Let's see. I change my own oil on my truck. That way it's done right. Yeah, well, I service this. I do the motor, transmission, everything on this motorhome. The only thing I haven't done on this motorhome were the rear brakes, because I didn't have a way to get the thing. Before, when we had the Bilstein shocks on it, when we used to take the levelers, I could get the wheels off the ground. But now I need to have a floor jack to jack it up. But we're here now. I'm going to do the front brakes, and my brother is going to come help me.
That's what we're going to take it over to the shop.
No, I'm going to do it here. All we got to do is lift it up. We'll jack up the axle in the front. Hi, Ron. Ron's here.
Hey, Ron.
On Narrow Adventures.
Cookie Monster, he's great. Ken wants to see Cage. He's sacked out. He's in La La Land again.
So Jane is going to Ash Flat, Arkansas.
Jane?
Yeah,
Ash
Jane
Flat,
Bray.
and then Plano, Texas.
Yeah.
Head to Arizona.
You should come by here and say hi to Ron and us. Oh wait, Ron's not here. He keeps telling me he's coming here. Our dogs love to watch
TV. I've seen them do that.
Cagey likes to stare at his eyelids. That's what he does.
And watch your dinner plate. That's what he really likes to do. Or your breakfast plate or your lunch plate. He doesn't care. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You better be on the way to Waco to Jane.
Yeah, you come by and visit us. We have full hookups.
Free.
Yeah, free full hookups.
And garlic powder.
And garlic powder. Yeah, and you're I don't know where you're at in Canada. But you come right down, and then when you leave here, you go down, then you get on the 30, and then you get on the 20, and then you get on the 10, you're in Quartzsite. So it's almost a straight shot from here. Oh, buddy, he's been to Quartzsite a lot. Been there 5 times.
Alberta, Canada. That's where
Alberta. That's let's see. That's isn't that kind of like in the middle? And coffee.
For Ron. Tell Ron there they meet up at your place.
There you go. Well, he keeps saying he's going to come visit us. He wants to come check this area out. You better hurry up and get here before the Haitians or somebody move in. You never know. Yeah. See you, Jason.
Yeah,
100 miles from me. Mute.
Every time we get leaning a little bit political, 2 eggs is mute.
Well, what happens is I just decide I want to get rid of them.
Yeah. Hey, Brad. How are you guys?
Hi, Brad.
Good to see you. Now I'm getting excited. Get tornadoes where you live? Yep, we do.
But this area has least amount of tornadoes
in the entire
touchdown
state.
In the entire state. So
well, we do that now.
And Arkansas is not near as bad as Texas and Missouri and Kansas and Nebraska, and Iowa, and all that. So.
Lonely Hitchhiker Cat, hey, how you doing?
No, he said howdy, howdy, Bill, and hi to Darla. Good to see you.
Yeah, you made it in time.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's time to go. So.
I'm gonna see 2 eggs and Bill before long. Blah blah, John says. We get warnings for them. Yeah. Yeah,
every Friday night, Ron, we have a dinner with Jason and Amanda, and then there's 2 other couples.
Sometimes 3.
Sometimes 3, so.
Although she's been coming alone.
Yeah. And they're all military guys, too, so except for me.
And Jaime's not.
Jaime's not? Oh.
A little bit political is like being a little bit pregnant. Either you are or you're not.
Well, I guarantee I'm not pregnant.
Lonely Hitchhiker says.
And I'm not a biologist, but I know I'm a guy. Okay. Yeah. Can I tell my joke? I'm no gynecologist, but you know what? I'll take a look.
Oh, you should tell them about.
Huh?
So we're in the store.
I already told that one last week. Yeah. About how to clean it.
How to give a cat a bath.
No, what's the worst part? About giving a cat a bath.
Yeah. Boy, I could run with that, James. That you know of yet. You're not pregnant that you know of yet.
Yeah. I'm not.
Don't look at me.
Yeah.
I'm not the father.
I did go to P. Diddy's parties. That's Obama. That's where Obama hangs out.
Ah.
Yeah, I have a great storm shelter. You just get a blanket, put on a helmet, and strap in your driver's seat. Although, you know what's good about where we're going to be at down here, we're going to be sitting low. So.
Oh man, pretty girl.
I wouldn't mind putting one in. It's just where.
I don't know.
Because
I don't think you'd get me in it.
Down there, yeah.
I'm major claustrophobic, and to the point of death. So there's that.
What do you mean? What about the cat joke?
What's the worst part of giving a cat a bath?
Getting the fur off your tongue.
Yeah. See, some of them didn't hear it last time.
Yeah.
We were at the supermarket, and some lady just out of the blue in the aisle.
Well.
Bill looked at her cart, and there were like giant boxes of doggy treats in there. And he made a comment about something about that, and she said, "Oh yeah, I've got 3 big dogs and 6 cats or something." And she goes, "You know the hardest part of giving a cat a bath?" And we're like, "So, getting the hair off your tongue."
Yeah. Yeah, but look, Jade's ha ha ha, like you did.
Oh wait, that's the new house.
It will be.
You just need a big storm cellar and a root cellar. Now, if we had a root cellar, I'd go down there.
Well,
yeah.
But the trouble is you have to see how many roots are down a foot. I'm telling you, these trees around here, the roots are above ground and they're below ground, and the ones that I know we're going to be taking out are they're like petrified wood. They're like already dead.
If you're going to put a storm shelter in, you're going to encounter that anyway. So
well, where I would put it, I'd put it into the side of where we're sitting.
Here?
Well, yeah, because I know there's nothing under this, just rocks. I dig it back there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Good place for snakes to hide. Thanks, Phil.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And Maddie's here.
Yeah, Terry, Darla will go in the root cellar. She just wants to make sure she does a star before someone comes looking for her if the tree falls on the entrance. And see, that's the other thing. I mean, how do you know? You have to rely on somebody to come looking for you and go, hey, I haven't seen the McLeans. Have you seen them? Go looking for you and see if there's something fell on you and you can't get out of the storm shelter. Who's going to come looking for us?
So
nobody.
I think we've probably told this story before too, but we used to stay at my brother's house.
Hey, Maddie.
And before we started coming here, because our property was done, and now he's moved again too. So, but we used to stay at his house. We stayed next to his house. And him and my brother and his wife were gone, and before they left, my sister-in-law told Darla, "Keep an eye on the kids. We'll be back. I don't know, late or whatever."
They were out of town overnight.
Yeah, but they're all big kids. So we're in the motorhome, and it starts raining, lightning and raining, and really raining, and then all of a sudden our phones are going beep beep. Hit, get in the storm shelter now. You got to get. Well, my brother had a storm shelter at that house, so we grabbed Cage and we run to the front door in the rain, and I mean we were soaked by the time we just got around to the front of the house, and we're pounding on the door.
Nothing.
And
no answer.
Nothing. So
no lights flip on.
I said, well, we're going to have to go around to the back anyway to get into the storm shelter. So we took off. We ran around the house. We went in the back, and we were pounding on the windows and the doors
yelling their names,
screaming. And all of a sudden, door opens up and it's, what's up, Uncle Bill? I said, don't you know we're all gonna die? There's a tornado.
And everything stopped.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they go, oh, Uncle. I said, we need to go down into the storm shelter. Because we only do that when Mom's at home. They were all sound asleep.
Bill and I were over there trying to get the hatch up.
Yeah, I couldn't get it open.
Jammed, but couldn't get it here anyway.
And it's like she said, it stopped everything, and her phone stopped working, and Cage was soaking wet. And he's like, why are we running around in the rain?
My phone quit working because it got soggy. I had to put it in a bag of rice when I got back from the motorhome. Yeah, it was great. Take your chainsaw to the root cellar with you. Make a manhole cover. Oh, man. Thanks, Jason. I knew you loved us.
What do you do?
He said, no, we'd look for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he'd take a little poker and stab the ground. Disposable.
We used to have nuclear bomb drills in school. Yeah. When they relabeled the tornado drills in the 70s. Yeah, that's us too.
Yeah.
What scares me is kids say may be good with finance, but they don't even have a skill that will feed them in a depression. Everything today is disposable, but soon things need to be repairable again. I agree. 100%.
I remember when they used to tell us to get under our desk and go like this in case they not drop a nuclear bomb on us. That way, everybody's in this position when they get flash burn.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
Those stopped when we got in junior high. Hiding under your desk, duck and cover. Yep.
Crazy stuff. They used to take us out to the hallways. Yeah, I don't know why they would do that.
Fire drills.
Yeah, but there's probably someone out there shooting.
Rode a tornado out up under an overpass.
Yeah, I tell you, that's the worst place to go is under an overpass.
Really?
Yeah.
For tornado?
That's what they say. The bridge.
Why?
Yeah, you don't go under bridges.
Why?
Because you get all smacked up in there. You could get squished. I don't know. That's what they say. Don't do it.
If you're out where it can just pick you up, that's safer. I don't know.
Wind speeds up.
Do you guys have feral hogs around? Yeah.
Well, not too many.
But we do. Not like down in Texas.
Yeah, John's. Well, I remember he caught that mama and two babies, but that's the only one he's ever caught, and that was over in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That wasn't here.
And they're not like javelina types.
We don't around here. What we have are skunks.
Armadillos.
And a lot of them. Armadillos.
And a lot of them.
And a lot of those. And deer. We have a lot of those.
And squirrels.
Yeah, a lot of squirrels. But they say we have bears here and we have panthers here. But
Clampett feast.
I've never seen a bear here and I've never seen a panther. But I've seen skunks, and you don't even have to see those to know they're there. And then armadillos, opossums, raccoons, a lot of raccoons.
John says the bridge funnels the wind. That makes sense.
Yeah.
A flying cow, we have those when a tornado comes through.
Well, feral hog, that's what a feral hog is, a wild hog. And that, boy, I'll tell you what, those ones down in Texas are mean.
Ooh, they are.
There used to be a guy, we were on Faith Ranch, and there used to be a guy that came in there and he had all these traps, and he would go like almost every day. He'd go out and he'd come back and he'd have 3 or 4 traps full of them things. And I mean, and they were vicious trying to get.
They would ram the cage side with their face and knock their teeth loose, and they didn't care. They kept ramming.
And some of the ranchers would be mad at you if you were trying to do anything to those, because they go, "Oh, those are mine," you know.
After dinner, I feel like a feral hog.
Yeah. I haven't seen one yet, but it seems that
armadillos are moving into Kentucky, really.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know what, the bad thing about them is they burrow into the ground and cause the the cows. We go out.
It caused the cow to get lame.
Yeah, get late. Once in a while, I bought a 22 rifle to do that. I haven't gone with them in a while, but we'd go out and shoot them. But that doesn't kill them. What kills them is when the dogs jump off of the Ranger and go out there and just rip them into pieces.
You know, and I was wondering, with all that hurricane activity, and I mean, everything is so displaced down there in parts of Florida and Tennessee and North Carolina. I'm wondering what wildlife is going to be transferred to what areas now where they didn't used to have certain things.
Trey says he's rode out a tornado under a bridge.
So they have a safe place to hide in a tornado. They say we rode out a collar under a bridge. I think I would do it again. Yeah.
Sorry, Boo.
I rode one out in Texas, standing by a sliding glass door. I couldn't even move. You did too.
What?
You saw a tornado.
Yeah, when I was a kid in Idaho, and there was me and another kid about my age, and we were outside. We were on a farm, and I mean, bales of hay were flying by. We were behind a bunch of bales of hay. We could see it. And my mom's like screaming at me to come in, and I was just hanging. I was acting like I couldn't hear her, and then it just kind of disappeared behind these hills, and that was it. They said it had trapped itself or whatever, but I thought it was cool looking.
I just couldn't believe I was that close to one. I looking back on it, it was a stupid thing, but I was just riveted.
Yeah. Well, that one night we were at Leah's house.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a tornado, but I'll tell you, the wind had to have been 80 miles an hour.
And limbs came off that tree too.
Yeah.
Big ones.
So, high winds.
It was the night before she got married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say hi.
Good boy.
Couldn't see him before.
Good boy. He's so tired.
Yeah.
You think he worked huffing wood all day long?
Well, he was out there trying to get on the other side of the fence is what he was doing. Yeah, he likes getting out there.
When Bill yells at him and he comes back in the motorhome, he hides under my desk.
Yeah.
Like he gets beat.
But yeah, I don't know. Most people around here don't have storm shelters. I know there's one guy up here.
Quite a few do, though.
Yeah, a few do, but not. I would say. And then you'll see maybe 10 or 20%.
On Marketplace on Facebook, you'll see free storm shelter. You got to dig it up.
Yeah.
Like, great. Like from the 50s, Straight line winds can be worse than a twister.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened to our daughter in Montana.
Well, that was
what a ice blast.
Cyclone.
Yeah, it comes straight down.
Yeah.
Not straight line, but this one came straight down and it shattered a tree on their parkway.
Well, if you have a basement, that's probably the best place to go. Anytime you're underground, it's going to pass over you. Who's that? Oh, what are they watching?
Look at how he's sitting.
They're both sitting like that. They look like old men.
So this is John's dog. He just said that. They're schnauzers.
Schnauzzy schnauzers.
They're so cute. Double trouble.
No Scarlet tonight. What happened to Scarlet?
Salt and pepper. I don't know.
Oh, microburst. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it was called.
Well, where she lived, it was like 50 below in the wintertime. I don't know. Don't get me started. It's worse than politics.
Trey said, growing up in Oklahoma, we had tornadoes, but the farmhouse was 100 years old and there were snakes in the storm cellar. No cellar for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amanda, that's what they were called, microbursts. Well.
Yeah. Well, one time, a guy had this really fancy storm shelter and everything, and he wanted me to look at it. Went down in there and it was all wet.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was that?
Looks like a gal I used to date.
That's cute.
Yeah, she's a dog. Well, you guys, it's been an hour.
You look like you're ready to.
I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired. It's been a rough week, and it's starting over again. Actually, we worked up till yesterday.
It's not really.
What?
We're gonna do much of anything tomorrow, like we thought.
Well,
Terry Lee, Henrietta.
You don't
hey,
know.
Mike and Lisa, thanks for saying hi. We'll take you late, we'll take you early, we'll take you midway. Doesn't matter. Thanks for popping on and saying hi.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, hey.
Have a good week.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the likes. Look at you, 22 likes. Do us a favor if you haven't signed up for our program here, which is free, is just subscribe. We'd appreciate that. And also, if you would share our video. The last time you guys shared our videos, man, it really helped us. And we appreciate it when you do that. So it gets the algorithm working. There's a lot of, every week, man, I watch a bunch of YouTubers.
We've been doing better because we've been putting new videos out about the shack.
Right. But
anyway.
We got to get to the point where we're really building it. And then now to get excited.
So that we can get demonetized for a song that was supposed to be okay. You know, that happened a couple of videos to me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Chris says, let me find some friends. All you got to do is go on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or wherever. Just throw us out there. Throw us to the wolves. All right, guys. Good night.
Thanks, guys, very much. And we'll see you next time. Bye.